Being a member of the Judicial Committee of Information Technology, it kind of gives us a heads up on what's happening around the state. And so with the e-filing mandate that we see, that we recognize that was going to happen eventually, we had to move away from a paper-intense court to an automated process.
Mandatory e-filing required us to put certain solutions in place to take advantage of certain efficiencies, optimizing processes.
We had to move away from a paper-intense court to an automated process.
Recently, we have started some programs and piloting that includes an electronic docket and, of course, working on maintaining all of the county paperwork via a case management system that's going to be brand new. When you start into the digitized world, the first thing that we learn is that that business process and knowing that business process is a huge part of digitizing. And so having that knowledge already available and being able to connect that with the digital needs will put you far ahead of the game.
Odyssey is used throughout the district civil courts, county civil courts, county probate courts, as well as truancy courts. Batch scanning allows us to take a large volume of documents to scan it into a system and automatically attach those documents to certain events that are utilized within the courts. Interactive scanning allows documents to be captured more quickly over the counter in order for information to be made available throughout the case management system. The Odyssey portal will allow us to make information available to attorneys and the general public via a portal to allow information to be shared more easily.
One of the biggest objectives, particularly with the courts, is making sure the judges can access their records or their documents quickly and efficiently.
Instead of picking up a file folder and flipping through with one touch, I can pull up the document that I want to see and I can review it while still hearing the testimony that's being presented.
So one of the things that we applied is Session Works, the Judge's Edition, so that gives them the ability to make notes and actually conduct the hearings in a much more efficient manner.
In chambers, I use the queue to keep track of files and what's going on, what has been filed recently. That ends up in my queue, and I go through that on a daily basis.
I actually have judges now who are lining up to be participating, want to know who's next or can I be next in this digital process.
Our information is much more easily accessible online, not only to the general public, but also to the entities that work with us. So what I mean by that is lawyers and law firms, bonding companies, all of those that in some way touch the criminal justice system and do business with the criminal justice system needs to be able to have that available.
We've reduced our operating costs by about $600,000 solely as it relates to buying paper file jackets to store the paper in, the cost for maintaining copiers as well as toner and buying paper. My overall objective is to make my office a virtual office, which means it's accessible regardless of what function you're wanting to do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Between my office and the district clerk's office, we've realized at least $1 million in operating cost savings.
We use less paper, we're more efficient, and it means that everyone who does business with the courts has information readily available.
We have millions of records, and for us to accomplish this on the scale that we have, that's something that we're really proud of here in Dallas County. No other county in the state of Texas are doing what we're doing.